The month of Octember continues. Oh, gotta love this kind. See, it's wet on the ground by the tire there. I'll get out of the light. See how it's dark there? And sometimes when it rains, it'll be like that. But it's not dark here. It was wet out this morning, but the wetness here persists. So we were away for like 4 days. It's actually beautiful today somehow. I don't know, it's like really nice, strange, but true. I knew this was leaking coolant, but I think I found the problem. Over here, you can see the white thing is the oil filter. And where there's not that much light, to the left of that, I think you just saw it drip. To the left of that is the thermostat housing. I don't know if I can get a good shot. I honestly can't see in the screen, so just watch and we'll wait. There it was. We're looking at this bolt right there at the end of my finger. This car has not run in 4 days, and look at it piss out coolant. There's another drip. I checked the bolts there and the bolts on that tube under there, and they're tight, but yeah, it shouldn't be fucking leaking that fast. I know it's probably just as simple as a fucking gasket for the thermostat, but even so, it's like, why now? What the fuck? Totally fucking peculiar, but because it's Octember, that's what had to happen. Overflow bottle is completely empty. Actual radiator. Do you see any coolant in there? Because I don't. It's in there somewhere, but way down. Now I just checked in on the Buick here. Been meaning to check the oil because I knew it was getting low, because I know it does like either leak or because it's always wet up top here. So it was time, and it's ready for a quart, so I had about 1/4 of a quart, so I dumped that in. I'm gonna have to get more. But I have shown you in previous videos about this mysterious puddle below the distributor. So let me see if I can zoom into that. Oh look, now it's green. It'll focus again. That stuff is green. That would be coolant. And the coolant is slightly low. It's not bad. It's mostly to the top, but that always used to be black. That puddle there. So it always took me to be oil. But it's green, so that's coolant. So it's up there. So where is it coming from? I mean, that is the water pump, I think, because that's power steering. Down there is the crankshaft pulley, and over here is the alternator. So that's the fan here and the water pump. So it's actually not bad, because the pump is fucking right there in front where you can get at it, instead of under a fucking timing belt cover, and it's 16 hours of fucking labor to get it, and you know, instead of $500,000, it's, you know, 50 bucks, something like that. No big deal. But that's if that's where it's leaking from. I don't know. It's wet down through the wires there. That could be oil. It may be coolant. I don't know. It's wet down in there. So I don't really know what the deal is. I think I checked that clamp, and it was tight. If I remember correctly, that clamp was tight, so it's not leaking from that. But yeah, just some more of the dickardness. And these cars, this car actually sat for a week now, and yes, the next video will be trying to fire this guy up after sitting for a week. The car sat for 4 days, And the interesting part about how fast it's leaking is that, which it just dripped again, which is interesting, is that this car will sometimes be here parked overnight and there will be wetness, and other times it'll be parked here overnight and there's not even a drip. So like sometimes it gets, like if it stays hot, if it's, I don't know what the fucking deal is. So anyway, we'll have to look at that. But that's not even all. Car problems are one thing. They say if you don't have your health, you don't have anything, and that is true. You ever get sick with a cold, like I'm getting over right now? And when you're sick, you don't want to fucking do anything, and everything fucking turns to shit and falls to shit and things like that? Well, it's very true. And I would say, out of all things, you know, car problems, they can be fixed and that'll be that, but health problems sometimes can't be. And over the weekend, we lost a life. It's not directly related to me, so it really doesn't pester me all that much, but you don't like when anything that you know, anybody you know, passes away. My mother-in-law's dog was in very poor health and finally had to be put down, so that was saddening. And of course that was while we were on vacation, just to add to the month of dickerness. But it was sad because I actually watched it suffer for like a day or two, and it was awful. And I never liked that dog, but it was absolutely fucking awful. So that also happened to happen in October. And guess what else, which is even a little more close to home, happened? My grandmother, God bless her, who's 97, had a miniature stroke. So, just had to happen in October because it's the month of dickerness. So how's she doing? She's actually still with it. She's all right. Her left side is a little weak, but not totally dead, so that's good. But otherwise, you know, it's the same old grandma, so that's good. So, yeah, just to add. So, you know what? If you got pool problems, if you got car problems, if you got this problem and that problem, as long as you don't have health problems, consider yourself to be lucky. Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.